Hi everyone. So in today's lecture, we're going to talk about placeholders or conversion specifiers in Python. So we have placeholders and we also call them conversion specifiers, or they are called conversion format specifiers. Okay, so we'll see what they are, what are their uses. So placeholder, right, as its name suggests, it works as a placeholder. So it holds space for a value. Okay, placeholder is what? Where you can place something, right? So placeholder actually holds space for some value. What I mean by that? So for example, I suppose I want to print a name. Okay, let's say I wanna print my name. So I'm gonna use print function, right? And then on the screen I want it should be in this format. So name and then colon, right? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place a placeholder here. Okay, percentage, I'll close it, then another percentage, and then I'm gonna give some value here. So let's say I want to print my name, and since my name is a string, it will be in quotes, right? So here, let me place right now here, this one, this is placeholder. Okay, what is this? This is placeholder. So it is holding space or place for this value. Name will be here. Name comes here. Okay. So this is what is placeholder. So this goes here. Not like completely here. I'm gonna modify it. So now, so you know what a placeholder is. Now, in programming, it's not like we are going to always print strings, because Parul here is a string, right? Sometimes we are printing a character. Sometimes, I mean, like, I understand that there is only string type in Python, but sometimes you wanna print. Even if you are dealing with other programming languages like in C or C++, we have character, we have string, and then let's suppose I want to print an integer. Sometimes you want to print a floating point number, right? So this placeholder should actually know what type of value is going to be placed here. Okay, so for that we make use of different types of formatters. Okay, and here what type of value is going to be placed? It's a string value, right? So for a string, the formatter that is used is %s. So we're gonna place s here. Okay, so there are different types of formatters. Now let me run it. I'll show you here how it works. So we have print and then name, percentage, since I'm going to print a string, so %s, yes, and this percentage, this operator, this is not a placeholder. Okay, you need to remember that this one is placeholder. This is not a placeholder. Okay, just I hope you can see. This is a placeholder, this %. This one is not a placeholder. This is modulo operator, and we'll talk about it in the next video. For this video, just remember that this is your placeholder. This one is not a placeholder. This is a modulo operator. Okay. So percentage, and then I'm gonna write my name here, Parul, right? Enter, and it's gonna print my name. Okay. And I know I used parentheses there. Even if you don't use them, it's still gonna work. Okay, because many students come across this, they are very doubtful, that they don't know why we're using that. So yeah, it is optional. You don't have to use it. So you remember now, percentage S is a string formatter. Okay, so for a value of specific type, there will be a formatter or formatter, and you can actually check this table. You can note down these formatters. For example, percentage C, we have D, E, F, G, I, O, R, S. There are many, but most of the times you will be dealing with, in Python, integers. If it's a very complex problem, it could be E or O. Then we have S, and for strings, for float numbers, we have F. For integers, we usually use D, but you can also use I, but I'm gonna use D here. So usually in Python, like we're gonna use these S, D, F, right, in the programs. So let's take another example. Percentage D, as I showed you in the table, we have percentage D, it's used for integers, and percentage F is used for float values, right? So let's see how you can use percentage D, and pay attention to what I'm gonna type here. Pay attention to the output, because you will actually understand a lot of things, why they are important, right, and how you can actually use them. And if you can actually see, if you can notice this print on the screen, there is this automatic. Now this option is found in most of the IDEs, where you just type and then there is this facility of automatic refill, so the value will be automatically filled. But I'm not going to use it because I'm not using all the options of print function. As you can see, there are a lot of options in print. If you can see, it has value, sep, and file, flush. So in one of the upcoming video lectures, we're also going to discuss this, all the options or arguments available in print function. Okay, so I just remember, I recalled something, yeah, so yeah, we're gonna proceed with the percentage D now. So I'm gonna print number. Okay, percentage D, because I'm going to print an integer, percentage 2, right? Print number 2. Now see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna use this same statement, but at the same time I am not going to use D. Instead I'm gonna use 3D. Okay, it's not like you have to give 3D, you can give 2D, 4D, 5D, but I am using 3D, and I want you to pay attention to the output. What do we call them? These are placeholders, yes, but they are also conversion format specifiers, right? So they specify a certain format. You can convert the format of the output, right? So here, when I use 3D, when you say 1D, it means one integer. So a percentage D is gonna provide you with space for one integer, right? When you say 3D, it's gonna provide you with space for 3 integers, and if there are not 3 integers, there are less than that, those spaces will be occupied by white space, right? So here 1 integers, here 1, 2, and then 2, right? So that many spaces will be there. Not that many, but like if you have less than, so if it is 3D, 3 integers can take the space, but we have only 1 integer, so other 2 spaces will be occupied by white space. Okay, I hope this is clear. And similarly, if I use, instead of 2, I'm gonna say 2 to 4. So now you can see space is occupied, right? 3 spaces. So I hope you see the difference here. And then let's move on to what else do we have? Yes, print. Now let's suppose I'm going to print a floating number. Again, floating number, and then percentage. Now for floating numbers, we have a format specifier or formatter. We represented F. F is the formatter for floating point numbers. And so for that, now there is a trick here. So how it works, this F actually, how is it gonna work? So what is the format for, what is floating number actually? If I say 1 is an integer, right? If I say 1.2, so this is a floating point number. So how do you know it's a floating point number? Because it has this little decimal here, point, right? And then we have a number before point and a number after point. And it can be many numbers before point, many numbers after point, okay? So when you're using format specifier F for floating point numbers, you actually need to specify how many numbers are going to be there before the point and after the point. Okay, so for example, if I say 3.2, what it means is there has to be minimum 3 numbers before point and 2 numbers after point. Okay, just remember, at least 3.2 would mean 3.2f, and you can change it. It's not a constant here. You can change this value. You can have 4.4, you can have 4.5f, you can have 5.2f. Okay, so 3.2f, what does it mean? It means at least 3 numbers before the point and 2 numbers after. Okay, so let me write, what was it, 3.2, yeah, 3.2, right? So 3.2f, and let's say value is 4512.589. Okay, so the before point, at least 3 numbers, at least meaning minimum 3, maximum we are not giving any range, right? So it has there must be 3 numbers before point, right? That's what it means. So if I have 4512, it's gonna take it because it's like more than 3 numbers. So at least 3, yeah, it could be 4 as well, because the minimum range that we're giving, the minimum point from where we're starting is 3, right? So 4512, and then after point there should be 2, right? So it was 589, so it will be that rounding off that we perform in mathematics. So 4, 5 and 9, right? So that is how these formatters work, and this concept is will be utilized in the upcoming videos. In the next video, we're gonna talk about how you can get more control on the output using output formatting, and these concepts are going to be very helpful in those videos. And so yeah, I hope you got clarity on conversion, specifiers, placeholders, format specifiers. If you have any doubt, feel free to ask. I'll see you in the next video lecture, and if you found it helpful, please give it a like, and if you're new to this channel, do subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video lecture. Till then, take care.